Luang Prabang is a really, really special place. It's a UNESCO World Heritage City. You know, you don't come here because you want the excitement of Bangkok or Singapore or Hong Kong. You come here because you want to take a break from that and you want to relax in a really beautiful, gorgeous, peaceful, quiet little city that offers a lot of history, super friendly people, and wonderful food. There's so much to do, and it's so easy to relax here. You know, when I was touring the temple, I had a chance to stumble upon this couple that was doing something. I don't know whether it was a marriage or whether it was some sort of a press release, but look at the shoes on this fella. I mean, I couldn't help but to notice and take this picture, and I felt very lucky to stumble upon it at the right time. So when you're in Luang Prabang, you have to find your way to Mount Phou Si, and certainly you have to get yourself one or two birds, and you have to make your trek up the peak. And if you keep watching, you'll see why. You're going to have good luck if you do. Well, I freed my birds, so it happened so fast I couldn't even get it on video. The story goes that you buy these two little birds at the beginning of the hike up the mountain for 40,000 kip, which is about $4. And then you hike up to the top of this mountain and then let these little birds go, and you're going to have immense good luck. I actually got two birds for the price of one, so I should have doubly good luck. And the view up here is pretty good. Okay, so I'll go enjoy my day with the rest of my good luck. I was walking along the riverbank one day, and I was lucky enough to meet Some. This is Some. And, you know, he was trying to sell me on taking me up the river in his boat, and usually as a boat accommodates many people, but it was just me. And he was happy to take me alone. You know, at the end of the day, I think Some charged me less than $10 to take me almost 3 hours up the river, sit and wait for an hour while I went through the Pak Ou caves, and then another 3 hours back. I think the entire day, a personal guide and the gas and everything, I think he charged me $10. Obviously, I gave him more, and I liked him so much that I literally hired Some for many other visits to many other places over the next week. I was pretty impressed with these caves. I was also lucky enough to be the only one in the caves when I went, and it's kind of amazing to me. These caves have been used for some sort of spiritual practice by the Lao people since the 8th century. Many of the carvings and things inside the caves are more than 200 or 300 years old. Yet there's no guard or anyone doing anything, but people here just have this inner voice that guides them the right way. I don't know, but it's really impressive and really spiritual, and it's definitely a must-see. If you can get here when there's less people, as I was lucky enough to do, I think you'll have a much better experience. And again, this thing has been around since the 8th century. People have been coming in and out of this cave, so it's kind of a unique feeling. There's no lights inside the cave. You have to use your phone or something, and some kind of a flashlight. But it's still kind of primitive, which I think makes it even more special. Anyway, it's called the Pak Ou Caves. Some and I, after we left here, we went and we had a lunch, or late lunch, early dinner, aboard a floating restaurant nearby. And then we saw these elephants on the side of the river doing their thing. But it was really a special day. Somebody made a stop to this particular little village, and I got a chance to watch this man do his pottery. Many different pots. Oh, he makes that one? What is that called? Phai Phu? Oh, I see. I felt pretty fortunate to get to know Somai well enough to where he actually took me to his own little village and showed me his own home, introduced me to his children, and the temple that he and his family go to in his own little village. This is the temple. There were some private caves that are used by the village people for their own spiritual guidance, and I actually got a tour through that. It was quite long, actually, and they actually turned on the lights for me, and a little slippery, and I would say probably not the safest cave in the world to walk through, but still very interesting for me. Especially, I felt this very huge sense of gratitude because I was off the tourist path and I was seeing the real thing. So what you're seeing here is the real thing, the homes that they were living in, the village as they really live in it without being made for tourists. This is their parking lot, their boats where they all park, and this is their temple that they all use. So I felt really lucky to get to know Somai so well that he felt comfortable enough with me to take me to his village and introduce me to his family. And we actually had dinner on this day with one of his village lady friends who actually made me dinner in her kitchen, and I felt very lucky to have that experience. And this is his village and some of the homes, and this is the lady right here who made me dinner right in her kitchen, and I ate there, and it was fantastic, really good. I learned about this Mekong River seaweed that they make, and they dry it and they season it, and then they actually sell this in the city. They call it seaweed, but it's really a grass that comes from the Mekong that they dry and then season, and then you eat it with sticky rice, and it really was fantastic. I enjoyed it very much. And I never would have learned about this if I had not met Somai just walking the river one day. So again, I really loved my experience in the Luang Prabang, and especially because Somai made it a little bit more special. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so that next week you can see the Kuang Si Falls video. Kuang Si Falls in the Luang Prabang is probably the most spectacular swimming area in the world that I have ever been to. And when you see the video and the photographs of Kuang Si Falls, I think you'll agree. But like and subscribe this video today so that you can come back next week and check out Kuang Si Falls. These are some of the village homes that I saw in Some's village. And this was actually across the river from Luang Prabang, where the folks really live. This wasn't set up for tourists at all. This is where they really live and do their thing every day. This here was some monks that was repairing some of the temples and the walkways. Here they are again. It was common to see elephants on the side of the river, and there was nothing like a sunset in Luang Prabang. Oh my word. This is another village that Some took me to on another day. Here, their specialty is embroidery and weaving. And also the men and the young boys go up into the hills and the mountains and collect live snakes, cobras, kraits, other kinds of snakes, bring them back, and then insert the snakes into rice whiskey, and then marinate the snake inside the bottle, as you can see right there. And it's pretty popular in Laos to buy this snake whiskey. I did not imbibe in such whiskey, but there were plenty of people who did, and this is how the men of the village make their living, while the women of this village do their own weaving. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Thank you very, very much. And hopefully you'll like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to tune in next week to join me in a visit to Kuang Si Falls. Perhaps the best thing about the Luang Prabang region. Kuang Si Falls next week. Okay, thank you.